Everyone, just about one more minute. Again, as you're waiting for us to get started, please remember to mute your microphones if you're not part of the presentation, just so we don't have any background noise. And you may also follow our Instagram account at NDHS Forensics for updates about our program and information.
How come I don't hear anything?
Is your volume on?
Hmm?
Is your volume on?
I think so.
We still have some folks coming in, so I'm just giving them a moment to join us. Okay, just one more minute. Okay, I'm just letting the last two folks in and we will get started. Okay, everyone. So I want to first thank everyone for joining us for our open house for Dorp High School's Institute of Forensic Science and Criminology. This is our virtual open house. Normally in school, we would have sometimes 500 to 1,000 parents and families coming to see us. So in this case, it's a small room where you will be able to ask us and anybody part of the panel questions at the end of the presentation. We will provide as much information as possible. And the goal for tonight is to let you know as much about our program as possible. So just a little information about who's in our program. So my name is Michael Hodgenacki. I'm the assistant principal for science at Dorp High School, as well as the supervisor of the Institute of Forensic Science and Criminology. We also have Mr. Padmore, our guidance counselor. He'd give a wave to you. We have Mrs. Christina DeForty and Mrs. Elizabeth Kanopka, and they are our co-coordinators for the Institute of Forensic Science and Criminology. And also joining us, you guys can give a wave as I call your names. Hopefully people can see you. Are Jad Dola, he is a 9th grader in our program. And Penelope Morales, she is an 11th grader in our program. And Mena Hagazi, she is a 12th grader in our program. So they are also here and available to answer questions for you at the end of the presentation. Okay. If you hear me pausing, it is me letting additional people into the meeting. So just a little note about our program, our vision statement. So the Institute of Forensic Science and Criminology prepares students for college and career readiness through a sequence of rigorous coursework, which instills a lifelong love of learning in each and every member of our smaller learning community. As a result, students will develop social awareness that engenders them to be good citizens contributing to academia and the community at large. So one of the major questions that we get, especially when we're in person, is what does your program look like? What is my child going to do over the 4 years? So this is a sample 4-year student program. And what I want to do is bring you up to that top column for 9th grade. And what you'll see is that for math, students enter taking integrated algebra. If they're already taking that in 8th grade, they may enter taking geometry. Everybody takes English 9. For science, a student would take living environment, or again, if you're taking living environment in 8th grade, you may come in advanced taking chemistry. All 9th graders take global history 1 and 2. All 9th graders will come in taking a physical education class, and then we start you with our elective classes right away in forensic science, and you can ask some questions about what you may learn in that class towards the end of the presentation, but we get right into the forensics as soon as you walk in. The rest of the classes you could take a look at there. We offer a multitude of classes, but I'm just going to bring you all the way over to that right column now where it says electives. So again, for the 9th grade elective, it's forensic science. For 10th grade, it is advanced forensic science. Occasionally, we substitute that with forensic photography, depending on the year. On 11th grade, it is criminology and criminal justice. That is related to social studies and the law. And then in 12th grade, what we're really proud of in our program is all students take an AP science class in AP psychology. And that's actually Mrs. Kanaka who teaches that class that's here tonight. And that's something we've been really proud of since we started running the program. In addition, students in our program, we expect that they take 3 years of foreign language in order to obtain an advanced Regents diploma. And all students will take their required elective in art and/or music. So just a little discussion about what the electives are. So forensic science, this exposes students to specific types of evidence and the techniques used to collect, analyze, and evaluate the evidence. And in a moment, you'll see pictures of our crime scene room where students actually do these things. In sophomore year or 10th grade, students examine the complex nature of forensic science, including the chemical and molecular nature of crime scene evidence and its collection. So we may look at things like arson and toxicology. In 11th grade, students learn about criminology and criminal justice. So a lot of our students end up majoring in this, this field. So this draws on many disciplines to explain the causes and prevention of criminal behavior, as well as the procedure by which criminal conduct is investigated. Arrests are made, evidence is gathered, charges are brought, defenses are raised, trials are conducted, sentences are rendered, and punishment is carried out. And finally, AP psychology. This is the systematic and scientific study of the behavior and mental processes of human beings and other animals. Students are exposed to the psychological facts, principles, and phenomena associated with each of the major subfields within psychology. And since bringing that course onto our program just a few years ago, we have dozens of students who've now majored in psychology in college. So we're really proud of that. So what are some key aspects to our academic program? So our coursework is rigorous. We don't hide that fact. It is a science-based program. However, the teachers are very supportive to make sure that you can get through it. There are many, many hands-on opportunities. Obviously, right now, a lot of that is on hold, but I am sure we will be back to normal very soon, and students will be able to use all of the facilities that we have to enhance their education. I would say we are a science-based program, so all of our students in our program take chemistry, physics, and AP psychology. We have both Regents and non-Regents courses. However, we do expect students to take all of that coursework. We're also proud of the supportive teachers we have. And students will leave the program college ready. They may go into careers at first. However, every student will be prepared to go to college if they choose to do so at the end of our program. So these are just some pictures that I was able to find of our crime scene lab. I have most of them on my computer at school, which we are not there right now. But you can see in the top left, students are putting together a disarticulated skeleton. So you're actually seeing a later stage in the process. The students have actually just unburied that out of a huge, gigantic box of sand. And then they have to figure out where the bones go and put it together. On the top right, those students are actually sketching a crime scene. And in the bottom, the middle of the screen, those students are using one of our comparative microscopes, which are used in actual forensic science laboratories. On the left side of the microscope, they would put in a sample of a hair or a fiber, and on the right side, they would use a known sample and then compare them to see if they could figure out what it is. And so this is state-of-the-art equipment that we have in our lab. We've probably, since I started the program about 6 years ago, have invested about $500,000 to update our lab program. So these are some of the annual trips and events that we have. So the 9th graders, they participate in a paintball trip to help look at ballistics. The 10th graders go to Eastern State Penitentiary, which is in Pennsylvania, and they look at the prison system. Our 11th graders participate in Physics Day at Great Adventure, and they also get to join the trip to Penn State University Forensic Science Program, which is the #1 or sometimes #2 program in the country. And so we have a relationship with them, and students are able to see that and apply to the program, hopefully at the end of their 4 years. The seniors also have a senior soiree, which they really enjoy. And then we also have our Forensics Friends Club, which is open to all grades. Internships, a little bit difficult in our program, you can imagine, due to the nature of what we do. So we have created our own in-house internship program. We have 2 paid interns every year that support our teachers in setting up labs, sometimes cleaning up some of the fake blood or the sheep's blood that we use in lab, and preparing labs for whatever grade students are going in. Even this year, we've made it a point to try and do as many of the hands-on labs as possible. So Ms. Kanapka has done some brain dissections, and we just missed the eye dissection right before the schools were closed. But hopefully once we open back up, we'll get there. Okay. What are we proud of in our program? So we have a near 100% graduation rate every single year. All of our students take at least one college level course, if not many, many more. We have a very strong alumni program. So our alumni always are willing and ready to come back to talk to the students that are currently enrolled in the program and say, you know, what they should prepare for, what they should expect as they head off to college or to their careers. And something that we're really, really proud of is that our students have been accepted to and or are enrolled in the top forensic science programs in the United States. And these include Penn State University, Virginia Commonwealth University, West Virginia University, Syracuse University, John Jay College of Criminal Justice, and the Verrazano and Macaulay Honors Programs, which are offered through CUNY. So these are some testimonials.
Hi, my name is Jad Dolan. I'm a freshman student.
I don't want to spoil your big entry, Jad. So these are some testimonials from our students. I know I can tell you all day, and the other staff can tell you all day how great the program is, but there's nothing better than hearing it from the students and actually a parent themselves. So here you go.
Hi, my name is Jad Dolan. I'm a freshman student in the Institute of Forensic Science and Criminology here in Dorp High School. Going into 9th grade this year has been a challenge during these unexpected times. Most of the time we were doing remote learning, so it was a little more difficult than usual. The teachers are doing a great job by helping and guiding us through it. Some of the most interesting topics in this program I enjoy are steps to solving a crime scene, how to analyze physical evidence, and investigating real-life crime scene cases. I absolutely love the forensic science program because it prepares me for a future in law enforcement or as a forensic scientist. The teachers and staff are always there if you have any questions. I hope you enjoy the forensic science program just as much as I do.
Hi, my name is Magdalena, and I am a sophomore currently enrolled in the Dorp High School Forensics program. It's an amazing program, and my favorite thing about it is definitely the new crime scene lab. It's an amazing room, and it gives such a good perspective on what the real thing looks like, and it's a great way to go hands-on with the things that you're learning that year in the curriculum.
Hello, I'm Penelope Morales, and I'm a junior in the Forensics Academy at Dorp High School. I love forensics because I've learned so much my freshman, sophomore, and even junior year. I learned about crime scenes. I learned about what makes a killer a killer and what types of tools they use. Everybody in the Forensics Academy is super nice, and the teachers are very understanding, and you get to make a lot of friends. Everybody is very open, and the Forensics Academy is just
My name is Diana, and I'm a senior in forensics. I really love being in forensics because it's like a little family. The teachers are so supportive, and when we do dissections in class, especially our senior year, there are really good hands-on experiences to have. And if you want to pursue a career in the forensics field, like an FBI agent or a CSI agent, our forensic selective classes are super good, especially when it's so they really help you out.
Hi, my name is Mana. And I'm a senior in forensics. The past 2 years have been the best couple years. I've built many friendships with the staff and students that I will always remember. My teachers have always well prepared me to the fullest every regents and test that I had to take. I love forensics for so many reasons. The teachers are very friendly and they treat us as if we are family. There are so many forensics related events that happen in school, which was an excellent way to get involved and build relationships. The elective forensics classes are very interesting. You learn to analyze physical crime evidence. We also have a forensics lab that is set up as an actual crime scene. I hope you join the family next year.
Hello, 8th graders. My name is Lindsay, and I'm here to tell you why forensics is the best SLC in New Dorp High School. In short, they have the best teachers in New Dorp High School. You build so many thoughtful and amazing connections with all of these teachers, and they will help you out in any way that they can. For me personally, some of these teachers helped me out of a dark period in my life, and if it wasn't for them, I really wouldn't be standing here today and telling you why forensics is the best SLC. They are the most amazing people in there, like Mr. Patmore, Mr. Hodge, Mr. Barisi, Ms. Kanaka. Every single teacher in there are so incredible, and I cannot stress you enough how important teachers are when you're in high school, and they are the best people out there.
Hi, everyone. My name is Karen, and I have a daughter who is a sophomore in the forensic science program at New Dorp High School. She absolutely loves it, and I love it even more. If you are considering joining New Dorp High School and enrolling in the forensic science program and have any doubts, please let me wipe those doubts out of your mind. Not only is New Dorp the best high school, forensic science is even better. The teachers, the staff, the administration are there to help you, to guide you, to talk to you. You can get in touch with them at any time. The program is phenomenal. The teachers are always around for extra office hours to help the children, to guide the children, whether it is remote or in person, or if we ever go back to a traditional way of school, it doesn't matter. Forensic science is the way to go. I have nothing but praise and good things to say about every single teacher in that department, the guidance counselors, the support staff, everyone. So if you had any doubts, doubt no more. Go to New Dorp High School. Forensic science is the place to be. Good luck, everyone.
Okay, so we're going to move to our question and answer period. I just want to mention really quickly, if you are interested in our program, please use the program application code R20T, R20T. Due to the high demand that we experience to our program, we strongly recommend that you place our program first on your choice of schools. Okay, so with that, anybody with questions, and we really hope you do. Everybody's up late tonight. Our students are here all excited to answer questions. So if you have any questions, please unmute yourself one at a time and ask away. We're here to help. Penelope wants to tell you about all those murders she's learning about. Anything in the chat? No questions?
What is the daily workload like?
Who wants to try that out? Which
Yeah.
one of our students?
Well, I mean, I'm a junior, but for like going into freshman year, it's kind of like a medium amount. It depends on what classes you take mostly, but they don't like overwhelm you with work. So like you can still do like sports or like other activities after school. It's not like that much work. And usually we do a lot of work in classes, so it's like you don't have a lot of homework at the end.
Thank you.
Jad, you want to share a little bit what your ninth grade year has been like so far? I mean, I know it's remote, but. Where is he? He's here somewhere. Did he get knocked off?
What are the chances of getting into the school if it's not your zoned program? Zone school, sorry.
So again, the admissions criteria for this year, and I'm sorry that this is the answer, the admissions criteria for this year has not been established yet. The DOE has not released any information about the admissions criteria. So what we are telling you is when you are filling out your application process, just make sure that you put our code R20T first on your list of schools, and that would give you the most likely chance, or not list of schools, list of programs, the most likely chance to get into our program. Ms. Gannon, you want to add?
Yes, did you see me coming off of mute to add to that?
I did, Ms. Gannon.
So hi, everybody. I'm Mrs. Gannon. I'm the assistant principal of guidance. And what I can also say is that this program is open not to just students who are geographically zoned for New Dorp High School, but this is open, is given priority to students who live in Staten Island and New York City. So we actually do have students who come from other boroughs who've been accepted into not only the forensics program, but our other smaller learning communities. Just to give you an idea, approximately 1/3 of our incoming students do come from out of zoned areas. So we actually have students from every private and public intermediate or grammar school on Staten Island attend New Dorp High School. So what I would say is that if forensics is a program that is of interest to you, it is extremely important that you rank it as one of your first 3 choices, because 99% of the students who match to forensics are in one of the first 3 program placement slots on their application.
And I believe, Ms. Gannon, if I'm correct, we had about over 900 applicants for our 102 seats last year. So
Correct.
it's very important that you place us very early on the list to make sure that you have that opportunity. Jad,
Yes.
I know you got knocked off for a moment, but one of the students that was on asked a little bit about the workload for freshman year. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, it's been difficult, but the forensic teacher, Miss Mason, she's doing a good job trying to do as much as she can by teaching us. We did one hands-on activity in school, even though we can't do it on the lab. We did like a little activity in school, so that was fun. But for the most part, it's really all online. She just makes presentations. She just teaches us a lot about the physical evidence, and we investigate real life cases, which is fun, but it's definitely different. So yeah.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Hi, yes. Is there a certain average you must maintain in the program to stay in the program?
No, and we are supportive and make sure all students can remain in our program. We have a very small attrition rate, which is the rate of students leaving the program. Mr. Padmore is one of the best guidance counselors in New York City. I say it all the time. He will make sure that your child gets through 4 years. Our teachers are incredible. You know, you work, I don't hide that. You work in forensics, but we make sure that the work is manageable. We work with all students and families to make sure that they can handle it and get through the 4 years. And as I mentioned in one of the earlier slides, we have a near 100% graduation rate. Every year, maybe 1 student, 2 students don't make it through the program. So we're really proud of that.
Thank you.
Other questions?
So do you guys have like an honors sub program inside of this program? Is there like an honors section of students?
There's National Honor Society, which you could get into, but I think they choose you to take part into it.
So we have National Honor Society in our program. Specifically, there's no honors program. We actually kind of look at our entire program as an honors program because of the courses that you take. However, we do offer that differentiation between taking the Regents versus the non-Regents physics and the Regents versus the non-Regents chemistry. So in a sense, students are able to take that higher more difficult track of courses. And in addition, I don't know which person asked that question, but you may have taken advanced courses in your 8th grade, such as algebra or living environment, and that would additionally bring you in as advanced. It's not necessarily honors, but it pushes you ahead. So by the time you get to your 12th grade year, there's a ton more classes that become available to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? I'd love for you to ask our students questions while they're here.
I have a question, Mr. Hodge.
Yes, Mr. Padmore.
Does anybody here have any brothers or sisters that are already in the program already?
I do.
Who's that?
Frankie
Peter.
Fody.
Frankie
I'm
Fody.
on his computer right now.
Is someone from your family looking to join? Who's joining?
Me.
Who's that?
Peter Fody. I'm on his
Fody.
computer though right now.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Your
Awesome.
brother is an exemplary member of our program. He's really, really good student, and we're happy to have you there. And as a matter of fact, Jad, our 9th grader who just spoke to you a short while ago, his brother just graduated from the program. So we're really proud of that. Any other questions? We want to give you time to ask whatever you need. Do you want to talk to our seniors, what it was like to wrap it up? Any questions for our teachers? Or for Ms. Gannon or for the counselor before we wrap it up? Last call. Okay, well, with that said, I feel we have answered your questions. I am going to just back this up to the slide here. If you have any questions that you remember later and need to email us, these are the emails where you can get in touch with us. We look forward to your applications and reviewing them, and we look forward to you joining our family next year. And don't forget, if you joined late, please follow our Instagram account at NDHS Forensics for updates and information about our program. Thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Thank you.